What's up, family? It's your man, Mark Black. We constantly display our ignorance for all the world to see, while providing them with more ammunition to shoot down any real data we happen to present. Case in point, this is a picture that is now floating around social media in an attempt to further the stupid, fucking so-called gender war between black men and women. As usual, your man Mark Black has to go behind the scenes and break it down for us. And so I shall. Before I go into this picture, we need a bit of background. There are a couple of caveats I need to issue right from the get-go. First of all, the numbers I will be using in this video come directly from the sources that I'll link in the description box below. Second, I'm going to round my numbers up, not down. Third and lastly, what you'll see in this video is a prime example of how the pale people and their acolytes amongst us use numbers to manipulate our thoughts, ideas, emotions, and actions. The election was 2 days ago, and already the enemies within are attempting to use nearly useless data to further their goals of dividing us and keeping us distracted. Let's begin. This screenshot here details population information from the U.S. Census Bureau. As you can see, they estimate, pay close attention to that word because it will become absolutely important going forward, that the total population of America is 321,428,820 people, with an estimated 22.9% of the population being under 18 years old. That gives us an estimated total of adult Americans of 279,634,373. According to CNN, the estimated number of votes cast for president was 119,653,279, or around 43% of the total adult population. This is basic math that any one of us can and should check for ourselves. Now back to this CNN race and gender chart. You can see from this chart that I've highlighted the projected, another word to pay close attention to, percentage of black men and women who voted and the breakdown of those projections by candidate. As you can see here, CNN claims that of their respondents, 5% were black men and 7% were black women. Women consistently these days vote in greater numbers than men. Now, the part that's being used by gender warriors of the female persuasion are the numbers under Trump's column. According to their narrative, the higher number of black men projected to have voted for Trump means that black men are cooning harder for white people than black women, and thus deserve all the opprobrium we can muster against them. I kid you not, family. There are people on social media right now who are using projections and extrapolations of estimates in a weak-ass attempt to blame other black people for the election of Imperator Trump I to the presidency. I'll have you note the area highlighted with the dotted green line. This was the total number of people who responded to CNN's exit polls after their vote. Those 24,537 people are what CNN based their projections on. So, using my public school education and some basic math, we can quickly see that they projected this beautiful chart from the information given by 2,100 thousandths of the total number of votes cast on Tuesday. Now, projections aren't necessarily bad and can be quite useful in mapping a strategy. However, aren't they missing something? Why haven't they provided the formulae they use to make their projections? Why are they so confident in their extrapolations based off of such a minuscule data set? Another question to ask is how, with the secrecy of the voting booth being paramount, can they even trust the answers they were given by their respondents? The most important question to ask here, however, is why are we so confident they are right about this, as if the pale stream media hasn't lied to us again and again? Family, there's no stronger trick bag or effective mind fucks than the ones we put ourselves in. In point of fact, for all of the bluster that various people will throw at us about who's to blame for the elevation of Trump to the throne of Fortress America, this is some of the weakest and easiest shit we should be able to shake off, and we aren't. Never mind the fact that even if you accepted these projections as valid extrapolations of the limited data set that CNN was able to gather, you'd see that the whitest bitch Becky gave Trump the greatest push of all known demographical groups, not black men or black women. Except we're forgetting one major detail. None of our votes counted for shit thanks to the Electoral College. You know, those faceless assholes that actually elect the president who may vote as they see fit regardless of how many votes are cast for a particular candidate by us? Yeah. Many of us have sat here for days, scared out of our minds, casting about for someone to blame for our so-called greatest nightmare coming to fruition, when the answer to all of our questions is the same as it ever was. The goddamned pale people chose Imperator Trump the First to be their leader, and the electors in the Electoral College will be ever faithful to the dictates of the whitest populace. The system isn't broken, people. It's working beautifully to maintain whiteism in the United Snakes. Never forget that. So our struggle is still the same today as it ever was. Unify or die. It's your man, Mark Black. Until the next one, love, peace, prosperity, and power. Real power to my people.